I feed my cats every morning and afternoon. The cats eat basically what we eat. I don't eat liver that often, but we do eat raw chicken. I'm really into raw steak right now, but we do eat raw chicken sometimes. But the cats love raw chicken and raw liver. Sometimes they'll eat raw milk, raw egg yolks. Right now we've got 5 kittens, so they're just getting into food. Good morning. Thanks for taking the time to join me. This video is a day in my life, just my rituals and routines and what I do for health and work. And I hope you gain some insight and little tips about living in optimal health and vitality. That's the intention. I wanted to preface this video by saying that my day and my life is luxurious in the sense that I get to do what I want and I feel really free to do what I want. A lot of people in the world don't have that option. They either have to work 9 to 5, they have to live somewhere they don't like, they don't have a job and they're struggling, they're trying to find out what to do in their life. And I actually support people like that with my nonprofit. I'm helping youth in Kenya and Uganda to have the life and the future that feels good to them, feels empowering. And a lot of the things that I'm showing you, any money that comes to me through, if you buy any of these products or if you donate to the nonprofit, is going towards people to have a life where it feels good to them. They get to live life on their terms and help the world in the way that naturally their soul wants to help and feels called to help the world. So that's part of my mission, my soul's mission and vision. I'm not just here to tell you about health. I'm here to infuse health and give health to people all over the world. So if you want to join me in that mission, buying any of the products you see is really helpful. Watching the videos, subscribing, and just sharing a donation if you feel called is so wonderful and welcome. And that's my why. That's why I'm here doing this. It's to, of course, make a living for myself and also to help the world have amazing lives. So thank you for being part of that with me here. And so it's around 9:30 a.m. right now. And I have my celery juice, something I always start my day with. This is my new religion, is celery juice. Especially as somebody dealing with chronic illness, it is essential. So this is the most time-consuming food that I make for myself. It's celery juice. So it consists of many parts. Taking off every piece from the stalk. I don't cut it anymore. I just rip it off from the bottom so that I get every single bit of the celery. So it's 3 parts. It's taking it off, and then it's cleaning it, because as you can see, this organic celery from the farmer's market is extremely dirty. This is 2 celery bunches. I just took it all off from the center, and now I'm going to clean it and chop the greens off. As I said, this celery juice takes the longest of anything that I make for myself, but I have it at least once a day in the morning for sure, at least 8 to 16 ounces. Alright, so now that we've cleaned our celery, we're going to chop the tops off. Most of them are not super beautiful. I only keep a few of them, like the beautiful ones like that. What do you think, Chuck William? Do you think the the tops, I should keep most of them, or it doesn't really matter for my juice?
Honestly, the tops are a bit, they're bitter. So if you put too many, I mean, it's good to put maybe a little bit, but if you put too many, your juice is going to be a bit bitter.
Yeah, that's the feeling I was getting.
Yeah, but I think
bitter's good, right?
Bitter's usually good for the liver, like it helps the liver clean. But
right, so maybe I'll keep like half.
Obviously, if you don't drink it, then it's not doing any good.
Well, you're gonna, even if it's bitter, I'll drink it because I know it's good for me.
Yeah, well, it's nice when things taste good too, right?
That's true. Usually I add lemon or lime to make it taste good.
Definitely lemon and lime works well.
Yeah. But you might not have tops on your celeries if you're getting them from the stores. You might not even have to worry about this. But if you get them from the farmer's market, you'll probably have tops. And you can choose if you want to keep them or not in your celery juice. I think I like the ritual of cutting, like going over every celery 3 times, seeing which leaves I want to cut off. It's a pleasurable experience. Now I want to take this moment to highlight what I'm really passionate about, and that is proper disposal of waste. These celery tops are going to go in the green bin. They are not going to go in the garbage can. We collect all of our produce scraps and put them in the green bin. Never put veggie scraps in the garbage. It's so gross when it mixes with everything else. If you don't have a green bin, I suggest asking your county or local government, or just making a compost in your backyard. You could actually make a business out of making compost. Yeah, so I either make the celery juice in the morning or I've made it already, and it's like a nice ritual to make the juice and clean up. It's really grounding, centering, calming, and it's hydrating, and I love it, and I can't imagine my life without it at this point. I get about 4 to 6 stalks of celery at the farmer's market every weekend to last me through the week, and it never costs me more than $15 because I get them. They're $2.50 a bunch, and they're like massive at the farmer's market. They're much different than in the stores, and it lasts me 7 days. So $14 so that's $2 a day for this really high quality nutrition. I first learned about celery juice from the medical medium back in 2017. The medical medium has really interesting and different health protocols. I think they sound great. I don't follow them. Actually, a lot of it conflicts with the person I'm mostly following, Augenus Vonderplanet. So I don't subscribe to some of the things that intuitively don't feel right to me, but celery juice is supposed to be drinking for health alone in the morning on an empty stomach. It's great for hydrating. And it's got vitamins, minerals, nutrients. It helps your digestion. Celery is truly the savior when it comes to chronic illness. I've seen thousands of people who suffer from chronic and mystery illness restore their health by drinking 16 ounces of celery daily on an empty stomach. Celery juice is most powerful when you drink it solo. The best time is to drink it in the morning on an empty stomach. It's not breakfast, it's just a way to wake up. It's like drinking water in the morning. And speaking of water, I have it mentioned in another video that I have about health habits for daily life, but I want to mention it here also about water and how it's actually not super hydrating. It can actually be depleting or degrading. So just from Augenis Founder Planet's perspective, in the recipe for living without disease, he says, water that is not in raw food has no active ions, electrolytes, nor minerals bound with nutrients. It must have all three properties, or it's only 10% cellularly utilizable. Which is okay, 10% okay. Water leaches nutrients from our blood and intestines and dilutes digestive juices so that when we eat, we do not digest or assimilate our food properly or efficiently. That leaching often causes wastes to embed in body tissue rather than being discarded from the body. It is a false notion that water nurtures and hydrates tissue. In fact, water dries the cells while it bloats the body because 90% of it circulates in the blood serum without cellular absorption. That also applies to the H2O in cooked food. People who eat cooked food cannot absorb much of the H2O into their cells. Their cells become dehydrated. Most people who consumed cooked and processed food, processed drinks, and water evaporate 2 quarts of water during the night. Most people who consume live raw food, including meat, milk, and vegetable juices, may evaporate only 2 pints throughout the night after they have been on this primal diet for several years. Water is never a good replacement for body fluids spent during evaporation or perspiration because cells cannot absorb it. Only water that is nutrient bound in food properly replaces fluids. Raw food contains from 55 to 92% water. That is 92 to 100% cellularly utilizable. Dehydration is impossible on the primal diet when water is not consumed. I drink about a cup of water per week without exercise. I may drink a little more if involved in physical activity. I recommend that people drink raw milk and green vegetable juices and eat tomatoes to fill their water requirements. Most often, eating raw tomatoes and raw fat satisfies thirst and dryness, including dry mouth, better than other foods. When physically active, I drink 2 quarts of raw milk, 1 to 2 tomatoes, and up to 1.5 quarts of green vegetable juices per day that are all rich with nutrients to completely satisfy my water needs. I find that fascinating, and I did try to not have any water for one day, and I did feel kind of sick, but I think there might have been some detoxification things happening, and I noticed that when I drink this in the middle of the day, my digestion does not like that, so I have to only drink it in the morning. So I'm experimenting with what he says, and I'm also following my own guidance, but I just wanted to share that because I think it's really interesting, and I love hearing different perspectives or things that we think we're doing right, that everyone does, that we think is good for us, that maybe we can reconsider and see other options. But yeah, celery juice in the morning. Sometimes I'll add some lemon to this when I'm not sensitive to histamines. Lemon or lime makes it taste really good. Something I also do religiously in the morning with my celery juice is I take this little orange capsule. It's called Zero In. I find this combination to be super health giving. A lot of people drink coffee or caffeine in the morning, and I never drink coffee in the morning because I have natural energy in the morning. If I'm ever going to drink coffee, it would be in the afternoon as some afternoon snack or diet appetite suppressant, or just a little pick me up to give me some energy for work. That said, I realize that coffee is not good for me at all. I mean, it's quite a strong drug and I really like it, but it's not something I want to put in my body daily at all. So I found that this Zero In is a really cool alternative. It's sold by the Root brand. It's got a bunch of nootropic and adaptogen herbs in it, and also 100 milligrams of anhydrous caffeine. And you can look up more what anhydrous caffeine does, but it doesn't change heart rate variability like regular caffeine does. This product also has L-theanine in it, which is like a calming type of compound. So the anhydrous caffeine is really balanced out by all of these other herbs in the formula that are meant for like meeting you where you're at and giving your energy what it needs. So I just noticed that this is like the best alternative I've found, especially when you're trying to like wean off coffee. Coffee like dehydrates us, and it creates toxicity, and if you're into not having wrinkles, it's gonna give you wrinkles, and so you'd probably want to stay away from it, and like it just damages the body. So instead I would recommend Zero In. The doctor that makes it is pretty interesting. She's a fascinating woman, and she used to be in the pharmaceutical industry, but now she's making more natural products, and she actually does incorporate like metaphysical frequencies in this stuff. So she like blesses it or gives it some juju that is more like aligned to health. And so with that, I was told by the person who turned me on to it that taking this with an intention is really powerful. And that's why, and I love that. I'm like, I love this brand that has people that are like into intentionality and prayer. And so I'll read you the ingredients. It's N-acetyl L-tyrosine, L-theanine, velvet bean seed powder, pine bark extract, turmeric root extract, anhydrous caffeine, and vitamin D. So yeah, it's been helpful. And you can take from 1 to 4 of these a day. I only take 1 in the mornings, and if I'm kind of low in the afternoon and I need to push through and do stuff, I take another one in the afternoon, but only if I need to. Anyways, that's a lot more information than you might want to know, but I think it's valuable. So you can join me as I set my intention for the day. And yeah, the mornings, I just wanted to share that I tend to wake up without an alarm. The only alarm that usually happens is my cat. She'll try to wake me up for food sometimes. but I really like to let myself sleep, especially since I'm in a healing phase of my life. I know that sleep is something that is the best time to heal the body, and so I'm letting myself sleep in as much as I want and just rest in the morning in bed and just start mornings slowly. I don't think alarms are healthy. I don't think waking up early and like making yourself wake up early is healthy, especially when maybe you didn't get enough sleep or you went to bed late. And I shared that in another video here. That is my part 2 of like healthy foundational habits, and that's all about sleep, and you can look more at details there. If you're wondering, I got this silk robe from Cozy and Spice. She's a friend on Maui, and I was living on Maui when she started her business. It's all natural, organic fabrics, hand dyed with natural dyes, and I have her moondies and her silk robe, and she does custom stuff and all that. So I'll plug her Instagram here if you want to get a custom item of handmade goodness for your body. I also mentioned about clothes in my video about 5 foundational healthy habits, so you can check that out. So my intention with this Zero In is to be focused, centered, grounded, do the things I set out to do today, and enjoy my life deeply and have energy to do all the things that I want to do. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, setting the tone for the day in whatever way feels good to you. In the morning, or right when I get up, sometimes I'll pray to God. That intention I just set was a way to set an intention for the day. Just kind of visualize how you want to be moving throughout your day, and just starting the day with intention is really valuable and positive. And about zero in, it's designed for energy, focus, concentration. It actually helps people manage ADD, ADHD symptoms, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, lots of different cognitive function issues. So let's go on. I'm gonna go make my bed, clean up my room a bit, get the day more rocking and rolling, and I'll meet you around the corner on the next activity of what I'm doing. All right, now I'm in the car. I have my breakfast. This is my smoothie that I drink once a day. It is raw eggs, raw cow cream, and raw goat milk. And a little bit of vanilla stevia by Sweet Drops, I think, or I'll post a link to them in the description. Yeah, about an hour after I have my celery juice, I have this smoothie. It might be less than an hour, but this is my actual breakfast and I love it. In the morning, the digestion isn't as strong, so it's not really advised from an Ayurvedic standpoint to eat a big heavy meal that takes a lot to digest. The digestion's still picking it up, just like the sun's still rising, even though it's pretty high right now. It's almost midday for me. That's why in the morning I don't eat food that takes a lot to digest. I just eat like a smoothie. And I just got this cup. I love it. It's like, it keeps it cool and it's got a handle. I haven't had a handle cup in a while, and it fits well in my car holder. Anyways, I'm off to the gym. The whole reason that I'm doing this video is because this local guy said, like, you seem really knowledgeable about health. Like, it'd be cool to spend the day with you to see, get some knowledge about that. So I thought, that's a great idea. I'm going to do a video of a day in my life. And I did also want to propose to this guy to work with me and actually do the day, and it led me to thinking about retreats and things. I could host a whole week of, getting fit, getting healthy, guiding health journeys. So if you're interested in that, I do private retreats, and I can coordinate that for you. And yeah, so I'm headed to the gym, and I usually work out anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. I just try to do things that will hit like one of my major body groups, upper body or lower body, a little bit of cardio. Sometimes I combine it all. We do upper and lower and cardio with like some quick workouts. And some inspirations for me have been Chris Heria. I really like his YouTube channel, and there's some women on Instagram that I'm really finding support from for my gym workouts, and I'll link them below. So yeah, I've been doing steady workouts for maybe 3 or 4 years now, and I'm finally at a point where I feel like I'm really getting the physical look that I want, like this look of musculature, like I look fit. I think it has a lot to do with the diet that I'm on, and the fact that I've just been improving my workouts slowly but surely, and that's the thing about workouts. It's it's important to incorporate new types of movements every few weeks so your body doesn't get any stagnant or build in one area and not another. So it's just really important to be dynamic with your workouts and build on them and grow and evolve and shift. So that's one piece of advice I know that I use and that really works for me. And yeah, I always work out in clothes that are like natural fabrics so that I don't toxify my body when I'm trying to get healthy. So I have a video about that, about the 5 foundations of health part 2 that I've already mentioned, but you can check that out when you're ready. Just about clothes and why it's so important to put organic fibers on your body, especially when you're working out, and especially as women who wear like tighter clothes. Kind of tastes like a milkshake. I mean, it tastes like a milkshake or melted ice cream. I love it. So grateful. It's a beautiful day in Ojai. Well, it's 1 o'clock and I'm having my lunch now. I'm eating coconut yogurt because I need some probiotic. I'm having raw steak and butter that's 0 salt and cultured. It's by the Raw Farm. When I think about what I'm eating too much, it like kind of turns me off. So I try not to think about it because I'm trusting that this is like exactly what I need. My body responds well to it. My body loves the raw steak and it tastes good. So I know it's good for me. My cats eat it too. Speaking of cats. Yeah, the cat just launched the phone off the balcony, so. And the cat's hungry. He wants some too. So yes, I eat the same food as my cats. He really likes the butter. It's nice to be able to share food with your cats. Everyone loves their animals so much, dogs and cats. It's actually really a good feeling to eat the same thing as them because then they're like really part of the family. Anyways, my cats are my babies. I don't have children yet, and so I treat my animals like my children. I buy them expensive meats and let them do what they want. They're free range, wild cats, children. It's just really satisfying. It's clean. You can eat it with your hands. You can take it anywhere you want to take it, in a cooler. But the thing I've really been enjoying about this is the chewing. I actually used to eat really fast And this is forcing me to eat slower, which I really am grateful for. Forcing me to use my jaw, which probably builds muscle and whatnot. In our culture, we use food for like entertainment, pleasure, other things besides real nourishment and 100% nourishment and satisfaction. A lot of foods aren't really nourishing or satisfying. They just kind of make you crave more food, or yeah, they're actually anti-nutrients like white sugar. And so cracking the code on eliminating emotional eating, emotional pleasure-based eating, to just eating for like quality nourishment and aliveness they're two totally different things. So just checking in, like where are you at with that? And this is not repulsive, it's pleasurable, but I'm not doing it for the pleasure. I'm doing it because it's nourishing and it's healing, and my cells and digestion and brain is happy after eating. I'm satisfied, like deeply satisfied. And I think that's the differentiating factor, is the satisfaction. Like, I don't feel like I'm never craving something else. My mind can get into like a space of craving, like just because I think about something that I think would be good. But then once I actually have it, I'm like, nah, that wasn't that good. Well, thank you for having lunch with me. I'll probably eat this maybe one more time today, dinner, or Aujana says to have 1 to 3 pounds of this meat a day. I don't think I do 1 pound. I do ½ pound max. Let's go into the next thing. Oh, hey, how's it going? I wanted to show you another part of my day, which is work. I love working on the computer, and I work about 1 to 4 hours a day doing work for myself and other people. I work for a company called HBird Consulting, and I do social media for their various clients, making images, videos, and conscious messaging. I love the people I work with because they're all thought leaders and transformers, and they have really good hearts and really good intentions for humanity. I also work on my nonprofit, which is making campaigns, networking, talking to the constituents in Uganda and Kenya, writing grants, working with local people to activate their conscious community efforts. So it's a lot of diversity. I also work with my partner on his food business. I help him with labeling and product packaging. I just love helping in all ways. I love everything that I can do to transform food systems and cultural systems. So I'm often editing videos and doing my own social media. Yeah, I'm really thankful for my computer and my phone, and these are ways that I choose to work, and I developed my nonprofit based on these foundational aspects of my life, because I believe more people should have the opportunity to work on their computer or phone as a way they make their living. So I provide laptops and cell phones to my constituents in Africa and other places, so they have more tools and resources to learn and build job skills that can network them into the global community and find jobs throughout the world instead of just their country. There's a lot of countries, Kenya and Uganda being great examples, that the unemployment rate is 80% or more. So and Africa has the most youth of all continents. So there's all these young people who need work, and so I'm trying to do my best to give them work, whether it be regenerative farming or online stuff, anything that they can do that makes them feel like they have a purpose and they have a gift to give to this world. So I'm grateful for what I do, and I want to give the gift of other people being grateful for what they do for work. So if you want to contribute to this kind of work, you can use the links in the description. So yeah, I'm going to get back to work now and continue making excellent videos and content for you. And as many days as possible during the week, we love to come cool off at the river. It's such a delight to lay on the warm rocks and bask in the sun and take cool dips in the water, connect with all the movement, stillness, and serenity of nature. And I will sit down with you and tell you more about that and just let you join me as I have taken some nature time. We come when it's cold, we come when it's warm out. The river is just such a special energy. The water, so gentle and loving and beautiful, and just really grateful that I chose to live in a place that is full of nature and just beautiful plants and trees, and it's very protected, and the streams and rivers are accessible right near my house, so we don't have to drive very far. I pray that all people have access to clean, fresh, swimming water. I'm really big on water. I think you might have known from other videos that water is life, and we wouldn't have anything that we have without water. So just being extra thankful for the water that we do have. And yeah, the whole reason I moved to Ojai was because I told myself that I'd only live in a place where there's a spring or free water to get somewhere. I don't want to have to buy reverse osmosis water at the store all the time. And yeah, just free water is really important to me, and free, clean, good water, not tap water. So that's why I chose, one of the reasons I chose Ojai. Another reason is because there's a really amazing hot springs here, and it's just a really special energy here. There's it's like a vortex, kind of like Sedona. I like to get sunshine and be out in nature. The river's the best place for me to go, but sometimes I'll go to the park and just get in the sun there. I'd like to say I do a spiritual practice every day, and I'd like to film that for you and tell you all about it, but I don't really do any concentrated spiritual practice every day. This is the closest thing to a spiritual practice I do every day, and the nature is spirit. So coming out in nature is connecting with spirit, and it's one of the best ways to connect. I do have a spiritual practice called the Rainbow Bridge practice, and I'm going to make a video about that and share all about it with you, of course. And sometimes I'm doing it daily, and sometimes I just drop off and don't do it for a little while. So if I'm not doing that, I'm definitely out here with the plants and the sunshine and the rocks and the animals, just giving thanks for the earth and for nature. I think it's really important to connect with nature and remember spirit, remember peace, breathing. Yeah. Other things I like to do for practices are breathing techniques. Yeah, if you're ever having a hard time, just coming to a quiet place in nature will usually soothe and heal that, help you regain some clarity and sovereignty. So yeah, thanks for being with me here. You can see the beautiful river flowing in the background. Probably hear it also. I want to give a shout out to Kai Pacha, who does the weekly Pele report on his YouTube channel. He comes out into a cool spot in nature every time he gives an astrology report, and I think that's so cool. I've been following him for years, and I'll link him below just to give him a fun shout out. Nature's so beautiful. So grateful. But I'm not feeling super well today. I'm towards the end of my moon cycle, like day 25, and I'm just feel heavy and like I ran out of juice for the month. Ran out of energy. It's just like heaviness in my heart and even though great things are happening, and also I think there's a lot of stuff going on the planet that I'm feeling, or that I'm feeling for others. Yeah, so spiritual practices are a great thing to remember to do to clear your energy. Getting in the ocean is a great way to clear your energy, and any kind of water, even taking a Epsom salt bath. So yeah, if there's a lot going on around you or within you, just finding ways to clear. And I'll definitely post that rainbow bridge practice video. It's like the best way to clear your aura, your karma, all this awesome other just stuff, baggage. So anyways, sending you love, and I'll see you in the next part of my day. Hello again. It's 5 o'clock-ish, maybe 5:30, and I just fed my cats. Now I'm feeding myself dinner. I'm having eggs, like mediumly scrambled. Again, the cultured unsalted raw butter, some steak, and a few pieces of liver, chicken liver, because they're really potent, and I feed them to my cats every day, but I don't feed them to myself enough. So I decided that today's the day I'm going to eat some, even though I don't love the taste. I'm going to learn to like the taste, and I'm going to eat them every day because it's like the most potent vitamins. Thanks for joining me for dinner. My cat's over here too. She's probably gonna try to get some food. This happened with the other cat for the lunch video. So for a snack, which I didn't show you, I had some milk and cream with ice. Sometimes I'll have that, or a cucumber. And now I'm gonna have this, and then if I'm hungry towards bedtime, I'll just have more milk. Raw goat milk, of course. So today was a fairly average day that you got to spend with me. Normal things like work, exercise, eating, praying, river time, and just trying to stay peaceful, happy, productive. So yeah, about food. As you can see, I cooked my eggs. I'm not 100% strictly raw. I like to be, or I want to be, but it's really hard to stay so rigid. It feels too constrictive for me. So sometimes I'll cook eggs, or lately I've been enjoying artichoke, which you have to cook to eat. And it's really good for liver support. So I'm really enjoying those freshly steamed artichokes and their hearts. And yeah, I go through different phases. Like Sometimes my food will be a little bit more complicated. Right now it's just super simple because I'm still healing. I still can't have any carbs whatsoever, any sugar or carbs, not even a little. I'm very strict with that right now. So that's why my meals are so simple and basically the same throughout the day. But that's what you have to do when you're on the healing journey. You really have to cut back on all the processed food and anything that aggravates your body in order to really heal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also incorporating more nervous system support. So it's not all about food. It's about doing the things that will really put your body into a state that it wants to heal. And it's all about the nervous system with that. So I'm just starting to incorporate more of that, like more seriously, like breath work. And I got this supplement from a woman in Ventura who read my feet. She does reflexology and she finds what's going on with your organs and your mind and your system just by feeling the nerves on your feet. And she said that I need to relax and calm my mind more, and that'll heal it when I'm in less fight or flight / adrenaline overload. And so she gave me something called like something about sharp mind, stress ease or whatever. I'll put a link in the description for that product. I know what it has in it. It's got ashwagandha, L-theanine, shiitake mushroom, I think, and GABA, and it just calms the system. So I just got that, so I'm going to try taking that daily to calm, but also doing stuff like nervous system support, like more breathing. I specifically don't breathe. I breathe pretty shallowly, so I have to focus more on moment to moment breathing more deeply. And I might have mentioned it before, but I really like Breathe with Sandy on YouTube for breathwork sessions, like 10 to 15 minute reset, nervous system resets. They're really amazing. So I need to do more of those. And yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'll have dinner and then I'll probably go either do some more work or relax and watch some Netflix, or do some stretching, breathing. Right now I'm interested in this 22, integrate 22. It's like deciding on 22 things to do daily that will get you achieving your goals. I can link the PDF below from Tawny. It's worth trying if you really have like an ambitious side that wants to like make your life better and get your stuff done, meet your visions and goals for your life. It's a useful tool. So I'll share that below. I watch a lot of people on social media who do food stuff. There's a bunch that I like. One of them, if you don't want to eat like this, but you want to eat healthier and see what that's like, the woman who invented the Tiffany plates, I'll tag her below or post a video of hers, but those are really fun and cool. And I don't know how good it is for food combining, but it looks good for weight loss and just vibrancy and health. And there's a couple other females that do raw food like I do. I can tag them below or link you to their channels. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Reach out if you have any questions about anything that I talked about today, and I'll see you in the next video. Aloha.